Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is The Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and thank you for joining me for our second in this week's stamp set of the week, Attention Shoppers. So we are going to create the stepped up version of Monday's card. So Monday we created this very simple card with three little pictures and the sentiment, and so today we're going to step it up and create this kind of card, but we're going to step it up one more step. So I'm going to add a few more details here. So let me bring in the supplies and we can go straight ahead. So I have Berry Burst that is 8 inches by 5 3/4. We'll score that in a second. I have a piece of white cardstock which measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I have another piece of white cardstock that measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I then have a piece of scrap. Then I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have a piece of cardstock that measures, right, so it is 5 1/2, but it is 1 7/8 wide. So that just gives me that little border there at the end, which will go across onto there. And as I say, I've got a bit of scrap. So let's take this piece, and this piece, and we will bring in our pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp out my birthday cake using the pebble path again, same as we did on Monday. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to pop that down to the bottom right hand corner like so. I'm then going to take my longest piece, which is the 1 7/8 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to pop that in the middle of my card. Okay, so we've got the birthday cake. Then I'm bringing in my bottle and my flower pot. So I'm going to stamp the bottle twice. So once here, and then I'm going to do it again over here. And then with the plants, I'm going to go one here and one here, like so. Then I'm going to use on my scrap, I'm going to stamp out one of my flowers and one of the bottles. Then I can run these through the cut and emboss machine using the dies from the set. Run those through and they will come out. But before I do that, I'm going to colour in my birthday cake. Now I'm going to do on here, I've got the colours I'm using are the Berry Burst to match the cardstock. Then I have got here, I've got the light grey granite and the dark, and I've also got Lemon Lime Twist. So I'm going to use the Lemon Lime Twist to colour in the candles very quickly, like so. And then I'm going to use the dark grey granite as the part of the cake. So we go through here like so. There we go, one there. And then they've got the bigger piece of the cake. I'm going to leave the icing as white. There we go. Okay, now once you've coloured in everything else, put those aside. So that's the inside. I have coloured in the strip that's going to go across the card, and I've also, oops, if I can pick it up, I have got a plant to go here and a bottle to go here. So as you can see, I've added 3 of each rather than 2 of each, which I did on the previous card. So before I add those bits, I'm going to layer this onto my Berry Burst. And I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal, a tiny bit up there, Lovely. And then, oh hello, that bit goes through there and that bit goes through there. There we go. So as I say, you've just got a hint of berry burst at the top and berry burst at the bottom. That can then go onto the outside piece of card. Now, the way I work out where the best place to put it is I take the sentiment and I put that onto the bottom of the card first. Okay, so because I'm using So Scripted, I'm going to take my ink pad to my stamp set first, as it's a lot easier to do. Turn that over, and then I'm just going to pop that one down the bottom here, straight up, straight down, or straight down, straight up. Then I can now mount this onto here, like so. Right, I'm going to use the multi-purpose for that particular piece, like so. There we go. You might be able to hear my granddaughter in front, slightly. She's playing next door. So there we go. She's popped over to see me today. There we go. Right, so the only other thing to do now is to add these two. Now, of course, you could lay them flat, or you could add them with dimensionals, which is what I'm going to do for this one. So I'm going to put one down there, and then I'm going to put one just at the top, and then I'm going to put one on the plant pot, and then the last one is going to go on the actual flower, like so. So we can take those out. There we go. Pop that down there. So that sits on that one. And then I'm going to take the backings off of this. And then I can add the bottles of wine here. Lovely. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to score this. I'm going to use my scoring tool. But obviously you could use anything else that you've got, like your cut and score. Oh, let's pick up the thing. Right, so as it's 8, I'm going to score it at 4 inches. That was easy enough. There we go. And then I will burnish with my bone folder. Right, so we can put our inside layer in. So I'm just going to use the Stamp and Seal for that. Lovely. So that goes inside the card. Like so. There we are. And then all we need to do is add the top again onto here. And again, I'm going to use the Stamp and Seal. 1, 2, 3. Let's put a tiny bit down there. There we go. And there is our second card. So the cards this week are all pretty simple and quick to create, and work well for simple cards. So that's the one we've just created. This is the one I did previously. So we've got the 3 version and the 2 version. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. I am back on Friday with our final card. So if you would like to join me then, I would be greatly appreciated. But whatever you do for the rest of the week, take care and happy crafting. Bye.